They lived in a place of privilege, at the edge of a world where every new day began, and they called themselves the Wampanoag, the people of the first light.
Well, think about it. You're here, you are in the east, you see the sunrise. In relation to your world, to what you know, you are the people of the first light. You are the Wampanoag.
Behind the Wampanoag, the sun's west-moving light slowly revealed 3,000 miles of human culture, from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific.
Indian people shaped this continent. They established civilizations here, societies that had risen and in some cases fallen long before Europeans arrived. As you look across the continent at this time, Shawnees in the Ohio Valley are shaping that area, building their own societies. Cherokees in the southeast, Sioux in the western Great Lakes reaching out on the plains, Apaches on the southern plains and in the southwest. Everywhere across North America, there are communities and tribes and peoples whose histories are ongoing.
The confederation of tribes that made up the Wampanoag was one small network section of the native web that spread across North America. The people of the first light hugged the coast of a vast ocean. To the north were the people of the Big Hill, the Massachusetts. To the west and inland were the Nipmuc, the people of the fresh water, then the Mohegan and Pequot, and the Narragansett.
Just think of this one big circle, and everyone speaking different dialects of an Algonquin language, but they were mutually intelligible. So we're all interrelating with each other, married, trading, sharing resources, using resources.
It was a community of communities, and they had intermeshed and had their own agendas, their own political problems, their own warfare, and their own trade. There was a rich sort of political interaction in this region.
Sometimes everyone gets along and sometimes they don't, but they resolve the conflicts, sometimes through military activity and sometimes through negotiations. We had times when we forgave offenses as part of our tradition, when certain ceremonies were held, like the Green Corn Festival, which was held around the harvest time for the corn. That was a time when you would forgive all the offenses of your different people that you might not have been in good terms with, and you would invite them to the ceremony, and they would come and you'd exchange songs and dances. We continue with that because we believe that everything we had was a gift from the Creator.
The half-dozen neighboring tribes had achieved a balance of power, the weaker paying tribute to the stronger. The Wampanoag had sufficient numbers to defend their territory against their nearest rivals, the Narragansett. The visitors were known to kill native people or to capture and carry away men and women. But in the centuries since Columbus, the Europeans had yet to leave any real footprint on the Wampanoag shores.
In the years 1617 to 19, an epidemic swept through New England. We don't know exactly what disease this was, and some of the reports of symptoms seem to suggest different diseases. It's possible that one followed rapidly upon the other.
A normal epidemic hits a few people and then other people get sick, but the first people start getting better. In this case, everyone gets sick at once.
A sickness was usually interpreted as an invasion of hostile spiritual powers. And the native people had medicine men, whom they called powwows, who were experts at countering the spirits of the diseases with which native people had experience. In this case, the powwows were ineffective. Often they were victims themselves.
The way that Native people refer to it is that the world turned upside down.